And welcome back, YouTube. This is Buster here with something very special today. Today, I am very proud to present to you guys a Dungeons & Dragons Dungeons of Dread miniatures booster case opening. I was able to find this on eBay for a great deal, much cheaper than what they normally go for. When I seen it, I had to jump on it because Dungeons of Dread contains a lot of great miniatures. Before I open anything, I want to go over with you the pack art here. On the left side here, you have a very, very awesome looking flame beholder. I really love this image, and this guy would be an incredible mini to pull. In the middle here, you have a minotaur looking creature, and on the right, you have a death knight. Honestly, I think they chose incredible box art for this set. If I've seen this in the store sitting on the shelf, I would definitely want to pick up a booster just to see if I could pull that flame beholder or that death knight. And I do want to show you the sides of the pack because I do have some different models on the side of the pack here too. Here you have a human fighter and a Lamaya. And then on the back here you have probably one of the best minis out of this set, the Hydra. This would be awesome to pull. Fen Hydra to be exact. And then just the regular text on the side there. On the Minotaur pack here, you have what looks to be a Death Jumper Spider, that's probably a common, and a Mind Flayer Scourge. That would be really cool to pull. And then on the back here you have a Dwarf Shield Maiden, and a Rashka Baron. Either one of those would be pretty decent to pull. That guy looks pretty cool. Alright, and then on this pack, on the Death Knight pack, you got a Tiefling Warlock. That'd be pretty cool, and a Vampire Spawn. And then on the back you have this really awesome looking Shadow Demon, and a Halfling Paladin. All these look really, really great. I think they chose some really awesome art for the boxes, except for maybe the human fighter. That might have been able to switch out for some other really cool monster. Yeah. And one other thing I want to go over before I get into this. You may notice that the boxes for these are quite different than the previous ones. As you can see, I'm going to pull out here a unhollowed, my one unopened unhollow booster here. And as you can see, this is basically just a rectangle. This is more like a milk carton type shape. And my guess for why they did this is because you could fit different size miniatures in here a lot easier. This, you're very restricted. You cannot fit anything wider than that in there. This, you could fit a little bit wider miniatures in there quite a bit easier without having to fold them or damage them. So I think that this was probably a good move to go to this style instead of the rectangle brick style here. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into this case here. I'm going to put those aside here. And this guy right here feels like he has something special in him, so I'm going to open him the last part of the first part here. I'm going to start with this Death Knight though. Let's see if I can get something really good out of here. Really hoping for a Hydra or a Flame Beholder. Or a Skeletal Tomb Guard, I believe. Any of those would be an incredible rare pull. Oh, alright. Doesn't open the easiest. Alright, you ready for this? So, the first mini I pull looks to be some sort of gnoll. Let's take a look at that guy there. Very, very cool. Really lovely detail overall. And let's take a look at this guy's name. It is a Gnoll Martyrer. If you guys can see that. Gnoll Martyrer, and that is a common, it looks like. Yes, that is a common, so we will be pulling a lot of this guy. This guy looks fantastic though, and he would be great for a swarm of gnolls in your party. Very, very cool. Alright, so the Gnoll Martyrer is our very first mini. Alright, on to our next mini. Ooh, that looks to be some sort of Dwarven King, or Warrior. Alright, let's see what this guy is. Sorry if you hear noises outside. Alright, let's take a look at this guy here. Pretty cool. And this guy is a Dwarf Warlord. Really, really cool there. That's the uncommon. Take a look at that guy there. Yeah, he has a little crossbow on the back. That's awesome. Hammer at the ready. Alright, on to the next mini. Ooh, that looks to be a giant centipede. Let's see if I'm right. A giant centipede. Alright, that's the common. This guy could very easily substitute for like a flame snake or something like that, though, if you running short on snakes. Very, very cool. Really love the detail for a common. Haven't even hit our rare yet, and we got some amazing pulls out of this box. Ooh, that one feels like a giant one, whatever it is. Alright, I think we hit our rare of the box. Ooh, that looks to be a griffin. Let's see this guy. And it's just a regular griffin. Rare though, that is awesome. Look at that. Majestically taking flight there. That is awesome looking griffin. That could be used in many, many different scenarios. A really, really cool figure. Really awesome rare. I don't think it's worth a lot, but I am happy with it, that is for sure. Ooh, it looks to be another large mini. This is going to be an uncommon, I bet. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Let's see what this guy is. This guy is a gargoyle. Oh, okay. That's a different looking gargoyle. Uncommon. Very, very large. I wish it was in its regular like sitting pose. That would be really cool. You could use that as like a trap almost. Very cool though. Alright. Sorry about that, I keep on moving that off to the side. We got, not quite sure what that is. I will find out here shortly. Alright, this is, this is the Tiefling Warlock. Very cool, uncommon. So the rest of this set, our box should be common then. Really cool mini there. He has a staff at the ready. It looks like a snake staff of some sort. Very cool. Really cool expression on the guy's face, though, if it wants to focus. There we go. There you go. Alright. A little bit too much noise in the background for it to want to focus straight. Ooh, that is a mini. Maybe a kobold. Or... that is... a kobold archer common. Very cool mini. He is getting his bow at the ready there. Just getting ready to draw it. Really lovely detail on the armor there. That is really well done. Really well done. Alright, this should be the last mini of the box. Ooh, that looks to be some sort of dog? Demon dog of some sort? Maybe a hellhound? And that is an Iron Defender common. Huh. Honestly, that looks like it could almost be... you can almost throw some paint on it and it could be a hellhound easily. Really cool mini though. Really simple, but could be used in a many different style way, and really almost like a gold paint on it. Really cool. Really like that mini. That was a really good first pack. Didn't even feel that heavy compared to the other packs here. Or some of the packs. Alright, and as always, let's empty out the box. We got the stat cards. And the checklist. I'll show you that. I'll show you guys this once. Here is the miniature game starter set information. If you wanted to ever pick up the starter set back in the day. And here is the miniature checklist. I love how every box came with a miniature checklist. That was really nice. Unfortunately, you don't get that kind of service this day. I'm gonna open up this flame beholder. Maybe it holds a flame beholder. That'd be nice. Or that guy. That would be really awesome. Feels a little bit light. I don't think it holds the Hydra, but you never know. This does not want to open well. I will say this, they glued these things really, really well back in the day. The glue is stuck on there. Just gonna rip that off just so it's out of the way. Alright. And our first mini out of the box is... ooh, that's different. Not quite sure what this is supposed to be. Maybe a lion? No, probably a dire rat. And that is... I can't even get the... that's a spectral panther. I don't know if that's even going to pick up on the camera or not. And that is a common. It is not shiny on the bottom like the other ones normally are. Huh. I don't know if I see that as a panther. That is something unique. Not quite... not my favorite mini of the set, unfortunately. It is an uncommon, so that is kind of unfortunate. I like the kobold better. I like the... Iron Defender better. Ooh, this is something different. What is this? Well, they usually don't do that with commons, so this is probably an uncommon or maybe even the rare of the pack. It looks to be some sort of shambling corpse, maybe a zombie or a ghost of some sort. That is a Chillborn. Oh, and that is a common. Oh, okay. So they did do that with a common. That's pretty cool. That's really, really well done. I really like that guy. So it's like a frozen zombie of some sort. Really, really cool. Really like that guy. That guy is really nice. Ooh, I believe that's the Dwarven Shield Maiden from the side of the pack there. I want to see. Yep, Dwarven Shield Maiden. That is an uncommon. Let's take a look at this paint job here. That looks really, really cool. Really well done. Really well armor. Really like that armor. It's even like a metallic cape there, so it defends from all sides. That's pretty cool. And that shield, look at that shield. This is a really well done mini for an uncommon. Oh, that's a Troglodyte, I believe? I believe this is an uncommon. Troglodyte Bone Crusher. Okay. Let's take a look at this guy here. That's a simple paint job. I would like a little bit more detail in the face, personally. If he wants to focus. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes it's hard to focus these. But yeah, I really do like that armor shield on the side here. And it has a big old club ready to crush somebody's skull in, so that's kind of cool. Oh, ran into our first duplicate, the Kobold Archer. Really cool mini though. Ooh, that looks like some sort of angel. Let's take a look at this. This, I bet, is our rare. If this isn't our rare, I'd be shocked. This is an Angel of Valor. Very, very cool. That is our rare of the box. Really love the wings on this guy. Really metallic, almost like almost like ancient Egyptian combined with modern. It's really, really well done. Get a close-up of that guy there. And then you have the tail there, which is really well, nice translucent. Really, really good, really nice mini. I really like it. That is a good rare pull. Okay, let's see what this guy is. I don't know. Interesting looking. This is a Cleric of Pelor. Ah, just dropped him. Let's take a look at this guy here. Pretty cool mini here. Don't have too much to say about him. He has his mace at the ready and looks like he's chanting some sort of spell. Really, really nice detail on the cape, on the bottom part of his outfit here, though. Really like the flame style going on. That's a nice mini. Ooh, we got ourselves a spider. Can't have a D&D set without a spider. I think they're essential to pretty much every campaign. Whether it be baby spiders or giant spiders or Even Lollis. That is a Death Jumper Spider, but this could be used for almost any type of spider. I mean, really, really simple paint job, but decent, but really, really decent detail on the mini itself here. Just look at that. Really well done. Alright, here you go. I think that was the last mini of this box. Yep. Alright. So let's see. Here's the cards, and here's the checklist. On to the next box. Alright, we're going to open up a Minotaur box next. Got opened one of each in this part. Alright, really, really hoping to get something good here. I would love a Hydra. That would be really, really, really cool. Or a Flame Beholder. That would also be really, really, really cool. These boxes were super glued to the max. Good for theft protection, though. Really hard to break these things open and take the minis you want and reseal them. Alright, well, we got our cards right off the bat, so I don't want to spoil any of that. So I put that off to the side. Alright, our first mini that we get is... Don't know what this guy is off the top. I think it's a vampire? Looks like a vampire. Let's see. Vampire Spawn, common. Let's take a look at this guy. Looks like a pretty simple paint job, but really, really decent. Really nice hair there. And then a really nice contrast in his skin and in his outfit. Really well done. Alright. Ooh, that one feels like a rare, so I'm going to save that one. Oop, we got ourselves another, was it a cold? Chillborn. That's a common, but really, really awesome common. I'm happy to have an extra one of him. I'm going to try to save that one because that one feels like a rare. Ooh, we got ourselves an Archer. Archers are always nice. Let's take a look at this one here. Elf Archer. That is a common. Very simple name. Let's take a look at the mini. Very nice, well done Archer. Really good paint on the back of this piece here. Really nice. Alright, I'm trying to save this one because this one feels like it's going to be the rare. If not, it's a big uncommon. Trying to get a small mini out of the way first. Okay, that looks like a troll or a ogre. Probably an ogre, actually. Orc. Jeez. Orc. Sorry about that. That's a common. Let's take a look at this guy. Really like his face. That is really, really cool. His shield looks really well done, too. For common, this is a really nice mini. Oh, wow. Look at that detail on the back of that. That is awesome. Let's see. We pulled 4 of the minis out of this box. Let's pull this big one. Oh boy, that is huge. That's a Bolliet, I believe. Yep, Bolliet, and that's just an uncommon. This is a huge uncommon. Let's take a look at this guy. You know what this guy reminds me of? The things from Tremors. This guy looks like the monsters from Tremors. This is this is a menacing piece here. Giant monster. Would not want to run into this thing in the middle of the night. And that's just an uncommon. We still got a rare to pull out of this box. Ooh, that looks like a drow. I am excited to see what this is. Really well paint job too. Really great paint job on this guy. And this is an uncommon drow wind mage? No, drow wand mage. I was going to say wind mage. That's different. Drow wand mage. That's pretty cool. This guy is really cool. Drows are a fan favorite for a great reason. Really great paint job on this guy. I really like this guy. Probably one of my favorite uncommons so far. This box has had great uncommons in it. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is our rare. What is that? That looks some sort of golem? Giant, maybe? Oh no, I thought the bullet was our rare. This is a rune carved Eldron. That's our rare. I don't know if he's supposed to be at that angle or if he's bent a little bit. I don't know if he's supposed to be. No, I think he's actually supposed to be kind of in a walking pose, kind of like that. I think he's maybe tilting a little bit, but this guy is not bad. Nice detail there. Not a bad mini. Put him over there. I think I have one more mini left in this box. And hey, it's a new one. Very cool. Looks to be some sort of mage. Not quite sure what this is. Oh boy, this is... Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's a Howling Hag. Okay, I would not have guessed that. I didn't even remember this being in the set, so that's kind of cool. Really cool paint job on the back here. And of course that maw coming right at you there. Pretty cool. Not a bad mini. Not a bad mini at all. I really like these two though. I thought those two uncommons were really great pulls out of this box. And that ends the third box. Very cool. Alright. Two more boxes to open this half. Gonna go ahead and open a Flame Beholder box. This one feels lighter, so maybe it holds a... Oh, let's see, maybe a Skeletal Tomb Guard. That would be cool. I know it's in this set. Come on, Skeletal Tomb Guard. Alright. Let's see what our first mini is. Oh, looks to be some sort of hunter, almost like the Green Goblin with a crossbow. I'm sorry, not the Green Goblin, Dr. Doom with the crossbow there. Let's see what this guy is. It's a Warforged Infiltrator, uncommon. Okay. Always cool to have a character like that. If anything, you can throw some paint on his face and he could be a, just like a regular character with a whole bunch of armor going in with a crossbow. Pretty cool. Maybe like a Van Helsing type character. Oh, we got another Troglodyte Bone Crusher. Ooh, I believe that's a rare of this pack. I am happy with this one. Alright. Oh, that's not even a rare. I thought that was a rare. This is a Shadow Demon, and that is just an uncommon. Wow. That is an awesome looking piece. I hope I pull another of this guy. This guy is cool. Translucent, black and gray. Oh man, this guy, I like this guy. One of my favorite pieces I pulled so far. Oof. Oh wow, got another Chillborn. I think that's our 3rd out of 4 packs. Oh, got another Archer. You are expected to get a lot of duplicate commons, so that is something in these boxes. Ooh. Got another Orc. Can never have too many Orcs. Ooh. That is new. This is a... what is it? Okay. If you can see it, it says Defiant Rake. Beady little eyes there. Really cool sword. Love the cape, how it glistens in the wind there. That's pretty cool. Crossbow looks a little, not too good though. Maybe that's not supposed to be a crossbow. Maybe that's like a wooden pick or something like that. Alright. Still have a rare to... haven't pulled our rare out of this box yet. Don't know what that is. Don't know who that is. Let's see. Looks like it's maybe some sort of a seer. Looks like he's holding a crystal ball there. This is an Emerald Orb Wizard. Okay. So that is our rare out of this pack. Let's take a look at this guy. If he wants to focus. Sometimes it doesn't always focus too well. There we go. Actually, really well detailed. I really love his outfit here. That is nice. And then the orb he's holding is really cool as well. Now, that was something unexpected. That was actually a pretty cool pull, though. Is there anything else in this box? No, there is not. That was our last mini from that pack. A lot of duplicate commons, but you are expected to get a lot of duplicate commons out of this, so that is nothing wrong with that. And the last pack for this part is going to be this Minotaur pack, and it feels heavy. It feels like it could hold something big. That'd be awesome if we could end this half with the Fen Hydra. Alright, let's get it open. Sorry if you hear noises in the background, that's the neighbors. Alright. Got something big almost right away, it feels like. Alright. Our first mini out of the box is the giant centipede. Very cool mini. I really love the detail on him. I always like snake-like minis though, so this is a really cool mini to have. And then we got another vampire. Or vampire spawn, I should say. We got the cards right away, so I'm going to put those off to the side. Ooh, we got the Dr. Doom with a crossbow. Not a bad mini to have a dupe of. Ooh, we got another rake. Oh man, this is Dupe City here. Hopefully the rare is good though. Not a good way to end the first box, our first half here. Ooh! Although this is a duplicate, I do not mind having two of this guy. This guy is an awesome, awesome mini. Really, really cool. I really like this guy. That was the Shadow... What was his name? Shadow Demon. I do not mind having another Shadow Demon. That was an okay pull by me. Ooh! And another, what was his name? Iron Defender. Once again, a very styled dog, like dog mini or hellhound. This guy could really, really substitute for something like that. It just, if you paint him up a little bit, or even if you don't want to paint him up, he could still be a really cool dog type mini. This feels huge. Ooh. I had to open this thing all the way up, whatever it is. Whoop, okay. Before we get to the main event, we got another halfling archer. Can never have too many halflings. Or not halfling, I'm sorry. Kobold. Can never have too many kobolds. Whatever this thing is, it is giant. Oh, that is a great way to end the first half of this opening. I thought it was going to be the Hydra, but it's something just as good. I knew something big was in this box, so I am fine. I am awesome with opening this. A box of dupes that leads to this looks to be silver dragon. I believe it's a silver dragon. This is an awesome, awesome mini. This is obviously the rare. This is a young silver dragon. That is an awesome, awesome pull. You can't have Dungeons and Dragons without dragons. You can have dungeons, but you can't have dragons if you don't have dragons. Look at this guy. He looks like a statue, a statue that you'd pay good money to have. I mean, this guy is awesome. This is really, really cool. I mean, look at that face. He is just staring you down, looking into your soul. I mean, look at this guy's wings here. tail. His face. This was an awesome way to end the first half of this box opening. Cannot complain whatsoever. Out of the first half of this video, besides the dragon, I'd have to say my favorite piece is probably the Shadow Demon. Yeah, probably the Shadow Demon or the Angel of Valor. I just love the art on this guy here. And this guy, this guy is really cool as well. But yeah, that dragon, that was a great way to end this first half. This is Booster Box Buster, opening up a Dungeons of Dread, Dungeons and Dragons Miniatures expansion. End of part 1. Stay tuned for part 2.